channel. So today I feel like doing just to get ready with me, nothing special. I do have a new eyeshadow palette that came in a couple weeks ago, but I kind of took a little bit of a break. And I say I took a break, but I missed posting like 2 days because I try to post 3 times a week and I only posted once last week, and I expect to be posting this video today as I film it, so we'll see if that happens. But yeah, last week it's been I don't know how to explain it, but I have just not wanted to be in front of the camera. Actually, I will explain it. But let's do my makeup too. And I did actually end up buying this from Monolith. This is Glaminatrix Rich Romantic palette. I've never tried Glaminatrix. They are an Australian brand, and I missed out on trying one of their palettes a couple years ago now that was discontinued, and I saw this one and I thought, you know what, this looks really nice and I'm really into these tones at the moment, so I bought this and we will go into that in a minute. And then I also got 2 of the blushes from Singe Beauty, Angelica Liquids brand. So I've got the shade Persistent Persimmon and Riveting Rhubarb. So this one's a little bit pinkier, and then this one's her like signature orangey yellow style. So I don't know, I think this one's probably going to be the one I go into, just simply because the palette is more of a rose pinky mauve palette, but we'll see. So I got those 2. I have been waiting to receive something from ColourPop for over a month now, but it got stuck in customs here, and I've been going back and forth just trying to fix that. So I've also got another palette and some other things coming. I haven't bought from ColourPop in ages, and every time I do, always get stuck. So now this is a reminder for myself never to do it again, because I always spend more money than I need to end up with the product. So I'm just going to go into my Project Pan items. I've got this one. This is the It's Glow Prime. I'm really trying to finish it. It still has a little bit left in the bottom here. This is from W7, and I've been using it quite a lot. I really do want to get it done though, but I'm not sure if it will be, because I kind of need to film my Project Pan update. It was supposed to go up and I never filmed it. I think that was supposed to go up on Friday. And there's no reason for me not to have filmed it. It's just, okay, I think, let me try to explain this without whining or sounding pathetic, but I have felt really down about my I would say appearance lately. Not like about everything. So I'm not like, oh, I feel awful about everything. I don't, you know, there are parts of my appearance where I'm happy with it. Like I feel like my skin is looking a little bit better. I feel like I've lost weight, but I've also like I have lost weight like on the scales, but if you looked at me, it doesn't look like I have, because I've kind of gained it in other places. I don't know if that makes sense. But like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like there's parts of me that I'm happy with, I'm okay with. And there are still parts where I'm not okay with it. I'm gonna go into this one. This is also in my Project Pan, my Charlotte Tilbury. You can see there's so much windowing in this. So I have been vocal about what's going on with my teeth and stuff, and I don't want to be like a broken record, so I appreciate this might be really boring and it's like a boohoo moment when there's so much crap going on in the world. That's another like reason I think why I've just not wanted to film, because I feel so shit about everything that's going on in the world, and then my little minute problems are so ridiculous and pathetic. Why should I talk about them? It's just like, come on, get a grip of yourself. But I can't help feeling like okay, so I filmed a video. I did film a video or 2 videos last week, and I deleted them because I just hated the way that I looked while talking. And it really has all to do with my teeth, like what my dentist, like it really has like gone into my brain, and it's triggered the deep, horrible insecurity of mine, which if you don't know, because I have mentioned it in previous videos, if you don't know, I am going to be getting Invisalign to fix my smile, and more importantly, just fix some teeth that seem to be like dropping for some crazy reason. I mean, I know the reason, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So I'm getting that. I went in for my appointment to get all the scans done a couple weeks, well, a week and a half ago now. And it's going to take about a month to get all the, like, the initial molds ready. That's what they told me. Hopefully it's sooner, but they told me a month. So I'm just waiting for that. And I have been noticing that my bite has been really off lately, and I've just been like staring at my mouth way more than I would ever expect to, and it really has triggered some deep, horrible insecurity that I have, or that I have created, or they have created inside of me. Because I want to look back, and I feel like when I look back at other pictures of me a couple of years ago, my teeth really weren't that different, and I didn't have this huge like upset about what's going on in here, and now I do. And I was editing a video and I was like, I cannot post this. Like, all I'm doing is staring at my teeth. I can't, I now I know why, you know, because I have had some comments before, people saying like, why don't you fix your teeth, or, you know, you should get braces. And while that has been fine, like I've read those, like they were like a couple years ago. I don't think I've had anything recently like that, but those, when they came in, didn't trigger anything, because I was like, I know, you know, I was like, oh, of course, like not everyone's gonna be nice and pleasant. But I think the problem is I have felt this pressure to look nice in my videos, and you know, I'm not somebody who can roll out of bed and look nice. I just can't. It's just, I don't naturally have that in me. And I think the problem I have is maybe I've gone on social media too much. You know, this is the war of the world, really. Like, social media has really just taken over our children's lives, our lives, and for better or for worse, right? Probably for worse in the long run, but obviously we're in the thick of it, so we don't really know the full extent of all of the damage that it has already caused and will be causing for the future, right? But we know pretty much what it's doing to us and our brains, and it's not a good thing. So I appreciate probably a lot of my insecurities from looking at other people and being like, you know, they look so great. They never look bad. Like every time I watch their video, they look great, or every time I see them post a picture, they look amazing. You know, maybe not flawless, but they look good, and they look like, you know, it was kind of effortless. I think that's the problem I'm facing. Like, this is not effortless. Like, even when I put all my makeup on and I have my hair looking decent, because I have bad hair days more times than none. Even when I feel like my hair looks good, I just have been feeling lately, and maybe it's just a lately thing. I feel like I was fine a few months ago. I just don't know what's going on with me. I just feel lately I have been really down on myself, and maybe just comparing myself to others in a very unhealthy way, which is really annoying to me, because I know that that is not healthy and you shouldn't do that. And I would always, you know, preach that as well. I would always, you know, I think I don't know, my insecurities are just like through the roof at the moment, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know if I can fully explain it, because I don't know what it really actually is or what is really going on. But I have felt like I don't want to be on camera, and if you're posting videos on YouTube, you kind of need to be like, with what I do, you need to be on camera and show yourself. But I feel like, you know, I'm falling short. I've been losing subscribers the last few weeks, and I think, well, is it because I'm just not pretty like the other girls that they see that are doing makeup content? Because I'm not conventionally attractive in that way. I'm very, like, I've always known this too, and I don't know, maybe people would disagree. I mean, there's obviously nice people out there who are always nice and say nice things. I'm just going to go on my Belgian waffle. It's pretty much Project Pan stuff until we get to the eyeshadow palette. But I have, you know, I'm English American, but I have a Greek side. So I do have things about my appearance that have always been a little bit darker, because, you know, when I went to England, nobody felt like I looked English. It's not that I don't look English, I don't look English. You know what I mean? I don't. And I've always felt really cool about that. I've always like, you know, that's a cool thing. I don't really care. I look kind of different. But at the same time, it just means like I'm not conventionally in the attractive realm. And I've always known that my whole life. And so when you are not in that category, and maybe other people feel this way, I'm sure it's not just a me thing, you kind of have to fight to be in that or fight to be seen, or fight to find your own self and like what you are and what you can contribute. And I don't think looks is everything. I completely think that it is totally overrated and so kind of ridiculous how the world is at the moment. You know, even with people wanting to put their picture on their resume because people are hiring more attractive people for certain jobs. It's just like, what have we come to now that our worth is in what we look like? And then here's me doing my makeup, talking about how I feel crap and I don't feel like I look good. And so it has like creeped into me like a poison. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I have been poisoned by this mentality in the last few weeks. And it's just, was it triggered by my dentist? Who knows? I know that when she said that to me, she was like, I don't know if you didn't watch the video, but I already explained this, but she just commented on my smile, how it, like my tooth that's like hanging down further down. She's like, that's the only thing I can see when I talk to you. It's very distracting. You know, you would have a lovely smile. We fixed that, you know, and it just, it kind of set me on this path of like, what the hell am I doing? Like, what is this? Now, the reason I'm getting Invisalign is to prevent, from me, 100% it's to prevent. If there was nothing wrong outside of the way my teeth looked, then I would not do it, because I have to wear a retainer for the rest of my life. After I have Invisalign, I have to put it up here. I have to wear the Invisalign on both up and down, and that's going to be for a year or more. And you know what? I'm done. Like, I feel like I have butchered my teeth my whole life, since I was a teenager, with what my parents like decided to do and I decided to do with them. I just regret everything that I've ever done with my teeth. So this is what the palette looks like. It's got some plastic on it. Let me just take this off. All right, here is the palette. And then this is what it looks like. So I'm kind of intrigued. I've been actually going into a lot of pinks and purples. So maybe I'll do that. And I think, I haven't swatched this. It looks really, really beautiful. So we're just going to go into it, play around. I'm not judging this by any means. I'm going to go into intoxicating because it's this light matte here, just to set my eyes a little bit. So anyway, as I was saying, I just feel as though I can't compete with 20-something-year-olds in this space. I just can't. And I can't compete with others who potentially are more naturally pretty, because I feel like people who present a different way, they gain more subscribers. Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm being really cynical. I feel I don't know if I'm explaining myself properly, but I just think that the algorithm prefers younger people, for one thing, more attractive, conventionally attractive people on here. I know that there's very interesting people who post videos who are not conventionally attractive. And maybe it's just me, maybe it's my personality, maybe I'm using this as an excuse, but really, in reality, people just don't like me. And then more, it's like a personal thing, like, why don't you like me? And then that's another insecurity of mine, like, why don't you like me? So that was quite pigmented. That was a nice shade. I'm gonna go in to Admire, I think, just to have a little bit something else going on. So anyway, maybe also just because I've been a little bit more fragile recently, just with, like, September was really just an awful month, and work has been really, really just tiring, I would say. It always is around this time, so it's nothing new, but when it comes around to this time, it really just knocks you off your feet sometimes, and it really is like a miserable feeling of how I'm feeling right now. But I do know that there are changes on the horizon, so that's what I'm like clinging on to at the moment. I'm gonna go into Cherish. I don't know, I'm just feeling really down on myself in a really stupid way. And I just wish I didn't feel this way, but I do. And I also just feel like it's too late for me. I don't know, I'm such a downer, but I feel like, you know what, it's too late. I'm too old to be doing this. And what am I going to be doing? What should I do? So I just feel really crappy at the moment, and that's why I haven't been posting. I'm going to go into this one, Magnetic. I'm curious as to what it is, because it looks a little dark, but it's also doing something. Yeah, it's kind of different. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a duochrome. What? Okay, let's go into that one. That's pretty. It's like a pink with a taupey green. Is that a green? I don't know what that shifts to. I have no idea, but yeah. I don't know. I know people feel the same way as me. I know, and then there's people out there who just like, get on with it, girl, we don't care. And to be fair, like, I've also been a little bit down by some of the comments that I've been receiving recently. It's not that they're necessarily negative, but that there have been a little bit more negative comments in recent times. And I'm just thinking, like, you know, how can I say this in the nicest way possible? I create videos because I want to create them. Yes, I create them for people who enjoy watching me. But at the same time, I don't serve you in that way. I'm trying to say that in the nicest way possible. If you don't like my content, just don't, like, you don't have to dislike the video. I mean, you can and let me know, I guess. But you don't have to be obnoxious about it. I'm just one out of a billion people on this planet, right? And so there are millions, maybe a billion people on YouTube. I have no idea. There are so many other people that you can watch. And if you just don't like me, then don't watch me. I'm sorry. I'm going to go into Captivating, which is right here. I don't know. I just feel like I'm trying my best in whatever I'm doing. And it's probably not good enough for some people. And so, you know, they're just going to go somewhere else. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not explaining myself properly because I think my head is in like multiple areas in the world at the moment. I'm just feeling so crappy about everything. I'm going to go into Intimate. I know I'm not explaining myself, but this is a beautiful palette. So we're just going to go into this. I just think I'm tired of trying to please everyone. I'm tired of trying to fit in when I don't fit in. I just don't fit in. And that's fine. People don't fit in. This is a gorgeous palette. I love their formula. Okay, so another brand, another formula that I have followed. This is gorgeous. This is actually beautiful. Do you see that? It is stunning. Stunning. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to only do that with this palette, but very, very pleased. As you can see, I'm like really going into my pinks at the moment. So in terms of the blush, I'm going to go into the Rhubarb one. I haven't actually swatched these or anything. I do think the packaging is it feels good. I don't like the packaging itself, like what it looks like. Obviously it's her design, that's what she wanted to go with, but the actual packaging itself is very sleek and it feels nice. So there's that, and I don't mind how simple it is. So anyway, I'm gonna go into this one. I think this will work a little bit better. I've been into more of my pinky blush anyway. Yeah, I think I just don't want to be measured by how I look. I think that's what it is. Like, I do makeup because it's fun and it is in some way therapeutic. It also is addicting. Like, that's why we keep buying makeup, because we want to, and it pleases us few that feel that way. But I also like hitting pan, and I like all of that stuff. But I'm also feeling as though that's really pigmented. That is a very pigmented blush. I wasn't even paying attention. A little too pigmented, but next time I will know. I'm just gonna go with my Nabla pressed powder. My favorite ever. I don't know. I think my mind's just all over the place, but for what it's worth, just feel a bit down, you know? I think that's what it is. I just feel a bit down. Maybe it's the blues in terms of the season, although I typically like this season, so I don't really know. This is what the other one looks like, by the way. Not for my look today, but definitely want to try that. All right, I'm gonna go into my Misha 4D mascara. For the most part, I actually am pretty happy. Aside from everything that I've just said, you know, we came out of September and things are looking up. My son is doing better, although the last 24 hours have been a bit testing. He's been testing our patience, but that's any child. But overall, very pleased with all his progress. And everyone I know and love, knock on wood, is healthy at the moment. So yeah, I don't have too much to complain about in terms of all of that. At least that's fine. Like I'm actually happy with all aspects of my life, except for, I guess, social media. And is that a sign that I need to stop doing this, that it's not for me? That would really, really upsetting to me. But then at the same time, I have been questioning this week, like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I still doing this? Yes, my channel is growing. Yes, I like to film these, but I also don't really have the time to fully invest in figuring out how to do better editing. And I don't really have the time to post more times a week at the moment. And that may change very well in a few months. God, my nose is so itchy. That might change, but for now, I'm just doing the best I can. And if people want to unsubscribe, that's absolutely fine. If people just don't like me in general because they can't relate to me, that's fine too, because I've had that pretty much my whole life. I don't know. I'm just feeling a bit down and a bit shit about this whole thing. And being on camera and my insecurities flaring up. I mean, it must be just because of that. It has to be, because why else would I be feeling this way? And why should I be judging myself on how I look when I don't feel like I do that with others? So why am I thinking that others will do it to me? But you know what? They are. Like, this happens. People judge people all the time about how they look. And when I say, oh, I don't think I do that, maybe I do. I just don't realize it. And maybe others don't realize it. You click on a video and then you click away because you're like, no, I don't like the way this person looks. I don't like the way they talk. I can't relate to them. They're a little old. They're a little too young, blah, blah, whatever. I just think we're all too quick to judge each other at the end of the day. And I don't really have a full-on conclusion as to really what I'm trying to say, because I don't exactly know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to go into my Etude tint. This is the Fixing Tint Woody Pink. I think this is probably okay. All right, I don't think I'm going to put anything else on. I don't really feel like putting highlighter on. So this is the final look. I really enjoy the eyeshadow. That was really fun. And I think the blush is really pretty, but I put a little bit too much on, but that's fine. That's on me. But so far it's super pigmented, so I think that's good. I don't mind super pigmented as long as you know it's going to be super pigmented. There's just one of the things, like, I don't mind it as long as you know. But yeah, I'm sorry that this video was such a downer. I don't really know how to make it not a downer because it is just how I'm feeling, and it's kind of why I haven't been posting. And just wanted to make this video and to do my makeup. I will be doing my Project Pan update as well. So I figured let's just do, you know, 2 things at once and just try to get my thoughts out there. And now that I've really kind of at least tried to explain how I'm feeling, is it really how I'm feeling? I think so, but I think I'm just conflicted, and I just don't feel good enough. You know what it is? I'm feeling that way, and it's really frustrating me because I know my worth and I know how smart I am. I just feel really annoyed with myself for comparing myself to others. That's the simplest way that I can really put it. That's what it boils down to. I'm comparing myself to others, and I'm taking other people's opinions to heart and forgetting my worth, which is really stupid. And if I were a friend to myself, I would be saying, that's stupid, don't listen to that, you are amazing, like, and I'd list all the stuff. But when you're in your head so much, it's kind of hard to listen to that outer voice that you have for others, you know, that protective voice that you have. Because I'm always like very protective, and I defend the people that I love. But when it comes to myself, it's harder to do that because I'm like, yeah, they're right, you know, yeah, I suck. And it's just one of those things, it's just annoying. And I've always been like really tough, and it's annoying to me that I'm getting into these stages or periods of my life where I'm feeling insecure, when really this should be when I feel the most confident in myself. Like everyone says, when you reach your 30s, you know who you are, you feel the most confident. And honestly, it's been the complete opposite for me. And maybe this is another thing. And I'm like, well, what's wrong with me? Why is this happening? Because I am now in my mid-30s, and I feel more lost and confused compared to when I was in my 20s. I feel like my 20s was way better than my 30s. So what does that say about me when a lot of people say the 30s are really fun and you know yourself more? I'm just hoping my 40s will be better. Like maybe this is not my decade, the next one is my decade. But then, you know, that's also a bad thought process, because what you're supposed to be concentrating on is today. Yes, build for the future, but live for today. And so I need to enjoy all the moments of today, not, oh, tomorrow will be better, next week will be better, blah, blah, blah. When this happens, it will be better. No, you have to make sure today is the happiest you can be. And if it's not, what can you change today to make yourself a better person, happier, more content with life? And yeah, I don't know. It's been really challenging, I think. So I think I'll leave it as there, because I don't really have a conclusion. And I don't know if I'm making any sense or if any of this is going to end up in the video. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Have you tried Glaminatrix? This palette I would say is really beautiful. It's the Rich Romantics. Haven't tried the other ones, but I would be more inclined to definitely try more from them, just because I think the formula was really stunning. And they always have these beautiful palettes, and then they run out of stock. So I was happy to get this one. It's not particularly unique in terms of a color story, but I really like that you have these brown taupes, you have the purples. This one, I didn't even know it was going to be a duochrome, but it was a duochrome. And then there's a bunch of other ones that I haven't even gone into. Like this one is calling me, but I was like, no, let's stay away from peach for now. But this whole little corner here looks gorgeous. So there's definitely parts of this palette that I want to try out. And I think the blush was really nice. So yeah, anyway, thanks so much. I will see you all in my next video when I post it. Hopefully I'll be back on schedule this week. Maybe taking the week off, getting into my head was a bad thing, you know, who knows? Maybe I just need to keep busy, stop thinking about that. But sometimes it's nice to take a step back, and maybe for myself I kind of needed to, because I needed to figure out what was really going on in my head. Anyway, I'm going to stop it there. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.